Hello, and welcome back to Fallout 4. We were just at thicket excavations. That was Sully. He wanted us to drain out or fix the pipes so that he could drain out the quarry. We also got killed by a legendary mirelurk, which was less than ideal, but we recovered. I don't think that I have... Hello, Dinkers! I don't think I've put everything away from last time. How much am I carrying right now? 36. That doesn't look bad. I've got a lot of Molotovs going on. Oh yeah, we're trying to get adhesive because I need to upgrade my guns because I want a sniper rifle. That hasn't been working out so well. Oh! Fun note. Hey, Yara! Fun note. Venom has been playing some Fallout 4 in the evenings, and he took both the Red Rocket and Sanctuary. Sanctuary is his main home, and so he was just using this as basically a scrap farm. He put up some scrap stations, and he had some settlers come in and use them. He wanted to know how much scrap they actually generate, like how much is it even worth it. He had like 3 or 4 settlers on the scrap stations, and so he took everything out of the workbench. He also had some mute fruit plants out for food, and the mute fruit actually did end up in the workbench, so apparently it was actually being put into the workbench. So I was mistaken. I think I said that you had to harvest it yourself, otherwise you wouldn't get any food, but apparently they do. It's just probably because I have my workshop just full to brimming of all kinds of things, and so it's hard to tell what they actually put in there and what they don't. Okay, so we did thicket excavations. We have Sanctuary kind of set up, I believe. We have 5 people there from Concord. We have 5 food, 10 water, 5 power, 20 defense, 5 beds. Their happiness isn't great, but I'm not really terribly concerned about them because I don't really plan on using Sanctuary Hills as my base of operations. I'm hoping to use the Red Rocket for my personal bait. Oh yes, we got goggles for dog meat last time. Hopefully. Oh, do we have a bandana? Oh, let's check. Okay. So under apparel, let's see if we have... You can have Codsworth wear a bowler hat. I believe that's the only like apparel item that he will wear. But it's amazing and I love it. Which reminds me, we should probably go get Codsworth now that we've saved those people. He could come and live with us. There is a chain dog collar. I could put that on. It's not my favorite. Oh, bandana. Do we have any other bandanas? Personally, my favorite is the skull bandana, but you don't always get them. We've got a lot of that. Alright, so let's... Hey, dog meat!
Hey.
Let's trade. So, I'm going to put that on him. I'm going to put that on him. I'm going to try the dog collar first, because I don't think that's what I'm going to keep. But now he has a little chain around his neck, which is... It's alright. It's alright, but we can do better. How about, instead of that, we do the bandana? Instantly better. I love it. We're gonna put the dog chain away because I don't need that weight. Okay, so that's our charisma gear. Speaking of charisma gear, we need more. What else? Oh yeah, let's go get Codsworth. I think first I will build a doghouse here. So if I decide to take Codsworth with me, was it under decorations, miscellaneous? I can't remember. Yes, it was. Alright, we're gonna try and find a fairly flat place to put this. In fact, we'll just set it right here. Hey, boy.
Hey.
Let's talk.
How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, buddy? I'm gonna go ahead
on.
and dismiss you,
Wait for me at home.
doggy, so you can be nice and safe here at the Red Rocket. And I'm gonna go collect Codsworth. Go with the red dress. I would. Later on, I could actually make that red dress into armor. So I might go fancy with some of my apparel, but right now I need the leather armor, guys. As we saw last time, I am not invulnerable. That legendary Mirelurk clocked me a good one out of nowhere, and I was done. As we talked about before, it looks like they're working on it, but they're not. I think they have a fairly recent mod. I don't know how recent it is, but it's called like Sim Settlers or something like that for Fallout 4. And I think you can choose how much involvement you have in your settlements. Like, settlers actually might do things.
Miss
Hello.
Vivian, welcome back, Mum. I do hope you were able to find some assistance in Concord.
Well, I found some new friends.
You could say that. I made a few new friends.
Can't have enough of those these days. I realize that I'm no Mr. Gutsy, but if needed, I'd be honored to accompany you throughout the Commonwealth. Just say the word.
Yes.
Sure.
As you wish.
But first, before you come with me, Codsworth, the most important thing, your bowler hat. And I also think I need to turn up the audio just a smidgen. So we'll go back to the Red Rocket real quick and pick up his bowler hat, and then we will move on. So I hope everybody's doing good today. Thank you for coming. Real life stuff has kept me from streaming. I was hoping to stream on Monday, but it didn't work out, which is a shame. But here we are, streaming yet again. Come on, there we go. All right, we're just gonna quick grab the bowler hat, and then slap it on. Oh, that's right. We got a tire iron from that legendary Mirelurk. That wasn't very helpful. Eventually, hopefully, we will get some better gear, but I am hoping... What am I doing? What am I looking for? Bowler hat. That's what I'm looking for. That would be under apparel. Bowler hat. Come here, Codsworth.
Heads up.
Miss Vivian?
We're going to trade the bowler hat to Codsworth. And there we go. Later on, because I have the Automatron DLC, I could upgrade Codsworth quite a bit. But if you upgrade him, I don't think he can wear the bowler hat anymore. So I'm just like, no, it's not worth it. Okay, Yara. I will drone on in the background while you do real life stuff. It'll be fine. What are we... Oh yeah, let's double check, because I think we collected up some... I think we collected up some adhesive. So how much do we have, and what can we do with it? Oh, we've got 11. Okay, so I've got a pistol and a shotgun. Do I have anything that would actually... Can I turn anything into a rifle, or do I have an... I have a bolt action sniper rifle. I think that's about as good as it's going to get right now. Let's see what we can do with that. Powerful receiver. That's going to take 3 adhesive. Oil. Oil might be our downfall this time. But let's go ahead and do that. Long ported barrel. Ooh, that takes 4 adhesive. That's a lot. But we're going to go ahead and do it. Standard stock, marksman's stock, that would take the last of our adhesive. Can we do anything? We cannot do a suppressor anyway because we don't have the right amount of gun nuts, so we'll go ahead and make a marksman's stock. I'd like a scope, but it already has a short scope on it, so that's not so bad. But if we wanted a medium scope or a long scope, we'd need more adhesive, so that means we need to go hunting for materials. I'm going to favorite this by pressing Q while it's highlighted. And that's usually for my melee weapon. I don't have one. That's for the shotgun, so 4 is going to be my rifle. Oh, dog meat looking through the window. Looking good, dog meat. I like it. Alright, so let's see where we should go. We have 10 Pines Bluff we could, but we're not going to. Go to Diamond City, I mean, that's a ways. That's a ways off. I mentioned last time that these thicker looking lines are major roads that kind of quadrant off this particular part of the map is kind of like the easier beginner part before you get into some of the nastier stuff. We've been to the Drumlin Diner. We saved Trudy from some drug dealers that were trying to squeeze her for money because they had addicted her son. This was the last thing we did at Thicket Excavations. We stole some some potatoes from Abernathy Farm. We rescued all the settlers that are now in Sanctuary from the Museum of Freedom. What else could we do? Well, let's see. I think we'll go check out Olivia. And I'll pull out my... Ooh, there's something in the neighborhood. Anything? Ooh, I don't think I got that. I see a lootable up there, so I'm gonna go see if I've actually looted that already. Ooh, Wonder Glue. Yes, I'll take that. Thank you. That's adhesive. These are wild gourd flowers. I believe I've mentioned several times that they're for chems or something that I don't really bother with. So ultimately, we're supposed to be going to find out about our son. Mama Murphy told us that we should head towards Diamond City because she has a feeling that that's where Sean, our son, is, or that he's tied to that some place in some way. But it's really far away. It's down here. And that's quite a ways from where we're at. This is like more like the downtown Boston type area, and it is jam-packed of enemies and points of interest and all kinds of stuff. It's pretty dangerous, and we have a long way to go before I feel that we're ready to trek off in that direction. So we're gonna come back past Thicket Excavations. Nothing should have happened with it yet because we just got finished with it. But we'll have to check back with Thicket Excavations in a couple of days. Because we're not done with that place yet. As you can see, I believe that's still Sully. It still looks exactly the way we left it. Was not expecting a legendary Mirelurk to come out. Speaking of increasingly difficult enemies, I think I mentioned last time that if they have something added to their name, like legendary, for example, or like if it's a regular raider, if it's raider scum, they'll be slightly more difficult. There's also, like, for animals and monsters and stuff, there's also glowing
I wonder
variants.
what Diamond City will be like. If the name has anything to do with it, it must be quite nice.
Codsworth. I really love Codsworth. He's one of my favorite companions. He does get on my case for hoarding a little bit, but it's not as annoying. Uh-oh. It's not as annoying as some of the other companions. Bloatflies are terrible. I talk about,
This should be fun!
there he goes after the Radstag. Poor Radstag. Just leave him alone, Codsworth. It's fine. Bloatflies are pretty bad. I talk about mole rats all the time, but bloatflies are just awful. They bob around in a really kind of random pattern, so it can be very hard to track them and get shots on them without VATS. We're gonna head up in this direction. I believe we took care of the mole rat that had explosives strapped to it over here in Olivia last time. But the game doesn't always play fair. It should be gone, but you always have to be on your toes. Can throw curveballs at you. I'm gonna go past Olivia right now because there's actually another place right up, I believe it's right up in this direction that I want to head. It's more mole rats, but there's some other stuff that I would like to acquire. In fact, I don't know if I need to sneak. I think we're probably fine. I say that, and then some horrible monstrosity will leap out. Yeah. I would just like to know, okay, how my character knows how to get meat. Like, what are the good parts of a Mirelurk? How do I know? I mean, I'm assuming she's had seafood before she was frozen for over 200 years. But I don't think that that makes her a butcher. And even if she was a butcher, I don't think that she would know which parts of the Mirelurk were safe to eat. I mean, how does she know it's not poison? Same goes with a lot of the other animals around. But apparently I just do. I have survival skills. Okay, so we're here at a dump site, and you will notice that right over here there is a huge robot. And normally, if you see one of these out in the wild, you should probably run. They are some of the most difficult robot enemies.
Like a military grade robot.
We'll just get right up in his face, Codsworth.
Better hope it's friendly.
This one is not active. I can't even VATS it right now. But there's some loot hanging around. A very special piece of loot, including this nuke launcher called the Fat Man that I am going to pick up. And I believe there's a mini nuke hanging around somewhere. I just can't exactly remember where it is. There's some flamer fuel over here. We don't have a flamer right now, but we'll see them eventually. They're basically flamethrowers. So that's a thing. If I was a mini nuke, where would I be? Unfortunately, there's also a bit of a bug with Fallout 4 where if you're just sort of like around cars and other stuff like that, you can get physics to death. Like, you accidentally brush up against it and it just like kills you for reasons. Alright, so we're going to come into this little building over here. And it's got a couple of things that we want.
Hoarding now?
Yes, Codsworth, we are hoarding now. It's the apocalypse. That's what we do. Alright, so we've got a Hot Rodder magazine. It permanently unlocks a new custom paint job for your power armor, which is pretty sweet. It is the flame job. But what we're really after is in this terminal. So if you go through the logs and the employee notes, it looks like some kind of weird stuff was happening. This is a dumping ground for robots. Defective Mr. Handies won't stop talking. 12 Protectrons missing all their limbs. Weird. More of those Protectrons with no arms or legs. How do you even miss that in production? Do they have robots building these robots or something? That's a scary thought. It looks like this dumping ground may not have been for just regular robots, because combat sentry prototype holotape, and if we eject it, I mean, we could use it right here in the thing, but why do that? Because now we can come and activate it on our Pip-Boy. Again, it's not under data, which would make the most sense to me. It's under inventory miscellaneous, so we're just going to play it. And you can read information about it. It's basically a military prototype, and some of the information has been redacted. We're going to go ahead and activate it. And I know, I've talked about how, you know, I accidentally unleash unknowable evils from time to time, but this is going to be fine, guys, I promise. Warning, this combat sentry is a prototype. It is highly recommended that all tests are performed in a closed environment. Under Combat Proto Systems Initiative Code 3392F6, the current user is at fault for any training incidents that occur. Continue with boot up sequence? Well, don't mind if I do. I'm not sus, stinkers. It's fine. Now, you can decide what kind of... Will he initiate the self-destruct? You can engage the defense protocol. There's other information. I believe you can try and send it to different places if you engage the defense protocol. There are several different places that you could possibly send it. But it has a real trial moving in between place to place. Before I was talking about if you have a settlement person, like a convoy in between your settlements, connecting them up, they actually have to walk from one place to another. Well, this sentry bot would have to roll themselves to wherever you tell them to go. They wouldn't just like automatically teleport. Now what we're going to want to do, back up, we're going to want to come back in here and probably hide. Because as soon as he gets rolling, there's going to be a whole lot of mole rats that are going to pop out. Ah! But he's not going to do anything to us. He's not a danger to us at all. Yeah, you can try to escort him. He overheats if he travels too far. So then he'll have to stop and open up like his back ports and cool down. But he does it a lot when he's traveling from one place to another. He doesn't really do it a whole lot while he's just roaming around here. But when he's traveling from one place to another, he has to cool down a lot. And it can take a really long time. And he also, you know, doesn't avoid any threats or anything. So if he just wanders into a whole bunch of bad people, you could be in for a really nasty time. But I have his control protocols now, so if I ever wanted to change where he's at, I could. Now, I could tell him to go to Olivia, and it's tempting to have him go over there. I suppose I could try it. I don't think it's gonna... I really don't think it's going to help, but... Engage defense protocol. Yeah, go to Olivia. Mapping path, it says. I don't think they used Google Maps because I don't know how well this is gonna go. Are you gonna go, Mr. Robot? Oh, he's thinking about it. Oh, here he comes. I'm gonna take a little sip while he's busy. Yeah, see, he's gonna overheat right about now. See the steam that comes out? He's gotta cool down now. He just went that far, and he's gotta cool down. Yeah, he absolutely has to audibly declare his process. Uh-oh, he's starting to steam again. Are you gonna have to... Are you gonna overheat? Yep. See what I mean? He doesn't go very far and he just starts boiling. But he is a beast. Yeah, look it. He's a scully head face to me right now. Thankfully, he's green, meaning he is friendly to me at the moment. Because he would wreck me. For real. He's got like missile launchers and miniguns and all kinds of stuff. Why are you coming back this way? What are you doing? Are you just gonna patrol out here? That's not really what I had in mind. Fine. Don't worry, Mr. Robot. We'll take care of it. It'll be fine. Alright, let's get out our sniper rifle in case there are any raiders that are left. I don't remember if we took care of any of the ones that were outside. I think we took care of the one that was in that building, but they may have respawned. I kind of doubt it because we weren't here very long ago. But we'll see. Come around back. I believe there's a hole in the fence right up here. So Mr. Robot was completely useless. Baseball glove? Sure. Uh-oh. My brackets are wibbling. Is that a... Did I hear a dog? They do have a dog here sometimes. Oh no, I think that's Codsworth's, like, gears and stuff that I hear rumbling. No, that's a growl. That's definitely a growl I hear.
Just thinking how wonderful it'd be to get out of this infernal raid. And this level of security is necessary these days. No long locked doors. That's a dog.
Yeah, I think the dog is upstairs. There's usually a couple of raiders here, and they have sometimes an attack dog. Sometimes they will have gotten in a fight with bloatflies. Sometimes they'll have gotten into a fight with the mole rats that are hanging around. Sometimes they don't get in a fight with anything, and there's the dog. Don't worry, it's not a good dog. It's a bad dog.
Nothing there now.
It would have chewed my face off. No, Dinkers, I didn't eat yet. And I made tea, but it wasn't ready before the stream, so I don't have that either. So, you know, today's going really, really well. Super on plan.
Civilization may not have fallen so far.
Super on plan. Absolutely. I heard a raider say, "What was that?" So, apparently we've got some enemies lurking around. So, this is going to be possibly one of the first named enemies that we're going to come across. I believe. It gets muddled because I am playing my own private game. And I've done a lot. I'm level 51 in my private game.
Fancy a bit of fisticuff, do we?
That's right, Codsworth. You get him.
Fine.
Codsworth's got a flamethrower and a buzzsaw, and I think he's got like pinchers and stuff. So yeah, he's not somebody to mess around with. There is an armor workbench here. This is not a settlement, so you can't, even if you interact with this particular workbench, it's not going to take this area as yours. But if you get loaded down, like we're going to go in here, there's going to be a lot of raiders that are going to have a lot of equipment, and it's going to be pretty heavy eventually. So what we could do is we could come back out here and scrap some of it, because the individual components weigh a lot less than the pieces of armor. So that could actually come in handy if you're out somewhere and there happen to be benches around. You do have to be a little careful. Some benches will grant you a settlement, and if you don't want another settlement, you have to kind of know which ones are safe to use and which ones are not. So I promised a trick of how to overload your companions, and now that I have Codsworth, I can begin to show you that. Now I'm going to take off the bottle caps and like anything that's like ammunition or grenades or anything like that, and then I'm going to go ahead and let him pick up the rest of it. He doesn't have anything on him right now, so he's going to do it very easily. So I'm going to command him with E, and then I'm going to point at that raider, and I'm going to do E and have him inspect it.
Will do.
And he's going to have grabbed everything that was in that raider.
Housework?
That will come in handy later, even when he's supposedly full. So we're gonna drop a little quick save, because this can go kind of badly. Ooh, Venom brought me some nice hot tea. Such a thoughtful husband. I will try not to bang it down on my desk like I did last time and scare everybody's pets. One thing to note,
Atmosphere is rather unpleasant.
booby traps. You do not want to get your boobies trapped, so you have to be very careful when you're going through different buildings, even just walking around out in the wasteland. Sometimes you can come across booby traps. This one we happen to be able to disarm, but if we hadn't really been paying attention, we could have just walked right through this. This is a tripwire, as it says, and it's connected actually to this, which would zap us with electricity. But we can also disarm this
Lighting here is
and get parts from it.
And yet it does help hide the mess.
So let's see if we can crack open this terminal. Now, this very beginning area doesn't have anybody in it, but we're going to come up to where people are pretty soon. And I believe there's also another dog that can spawn down here. I don't think it always spawns, but I think it can, and that can be a problem. Let's try 0 likenesses. So that's not going to, it has an S on the end. And that might be
Got it.
So, because I was able to crack open this terminal, I get a bunch of lore and stuff, things that happened probably before the war, and then this was some kind of military outpost or military base, satellite station. And it has this other option, open intel room, and I'm going to go ahead and click that.
Finally sussed it out, did we?
There's some more in there, but it opened up this particular door. This particular door, I believe it requires a key. I don't think you can pick it, so if you can't do advanced terminals, Then you have to wait until you get the key to be able to open up the security gate. Oh, we're in caution already. Oh, Codsworth. You're gonna rush right out there, aren't you? There are windows, and they can see through those windows. They're not like right on the other side of it, but their line of sight does pass through those windows. And they path up from either side as well, so you have to be a little careful. Are you over there? There's the dog. Coming. Yes, you scalawags. Face us if you dare. Okay, you got the dog.
Got ambush all over it.
Yeah, it got ambush all over it. Are you gonna...
This is gonna be fun.
We're gonna go ahead and pick up the junk here before we forget it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my light on. I got the initial people out of the way, and we probably shouldn't get any wanderers that are gonna come all the way back up here, so I think it's pretty safe for the moment. Move out of the way, Codsworth. And we're gonna come in here. Here is a mini nuke. That's the ammunition for the fat man that we picked up over at the robotics dump. Well, I mean, you know, she didn't know who was going to be fun for. Probably definitely more fun for me than her. I would think that having your brains exploded probably isn't all that fun. Calibrated pipe sniper rifle, huh? Bayoneted, that's not great. It just puts like a combat knife on the end of your sniper rifle, so if you want to bash somebody it'll do extra damage, but if you're using a sniper rifle, I don't want to get up close enough to have to bash them. That sounds like a bad plan. More Molotov cocktails. Another safe. Yay. Oh good, we did end up getting some more poppy pins. We were very, like, even right now with that 13, that's pretty low for me. I usually end up getting tons of them. I don't know where we missed our opportunities, but, or if we've just been really unlucky, but... Coffee mug, good source of ceramics. I don't usually pick up the folders. I don't remember if it even breaks down into a resource or not, but I usually don't pick them up. Okay, now we're gonna want to turn our light off. Now, a good thing to note is if you don't want your companion charging into a place, you can tell them to stay. So I'll command him, and I'll command him again, and it will have told him to stay. So he will stay right there. The problem with this is that I don't believe they will defend themselves when they're in stay mode, so if they get spotted by an enemy, the enemy's just going to wail on them. Now, for most permanent companions, if you're playing on like normal difficulty, that's not going to be too bad because they won't be able to die. But they aren't going to be doing any damage to that enemy either and getting rid of them. They're just going to be sitting there taking a beating from them. Also, if you forget that you've told them to stay somewhere, like I've told them to stay here, and then I get all the way through this particular point of interest, and there's another exit, and I leave, and I forget that I left Codsworth here, he'll just stay here until I come back for him. So I'm going to command him again, tell him to follow me, because I'd rather him be in the fights. Ooh, cement. Hey, Codsworth.
Something you need, Mum?
Yeah, I need you to pick up that, because it's heavy. There's probably gonna be some people, yep. Oh, and I totally missed. Well, I mean... we go.
Not even in the slightest.
Back to hidden. There's gonna be a named lady in here,
Very dark
and
here, Mum. Watch your
I
step.
think she has a minigun. Her name is Ak Ak. So, you know, Ak 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 Ak, like minigun. And I know she's hanging around here somewhere. I'll just take this fusion core, thank you.
Impressive. Well, it's no General Atomics back in the day, but still, not too shabby.
Yeah, not too shabby. Except that it is completely shabby and dusty and gross. I haven't seen too much glue or adhesive.
How this place sets off my cleaning senses.
Which is a shame. So I think Ak Ak is going to be right there. Don't think I have enough stealth to completely confuse them.
Sad this level of technology is like
Don't
a
need to
lost
hide.
art.
It'll all be over soon.
Yep.
Miss Vivian, think anything good?
Who's out there?
Did you nick anything good?
Everything's starting to sound like footsteps these days.
I am back to hidden, so that's good. Okay. Let's see if we can get another shot at her.
Get over here, quick.
No, you didn't miss anything, Yara. You didn't miss anything at all. I just came into a building. I'm gonna... trying to get these raiders down. I'm coming up against my first named one. Who's he? Oh, did I kill her and he picked up her gun? Oh. I must have gotten Ak Ak with my shot. This is going rather well. I didn't think I killed her. They will pick up if it's a better weapon than what they have, they will go ahead and pick it up.
Don't you die on me.
So he had just
Turn
gotten
up,
it,
you're dead.
and they'll just keep like cycling through unless I go pick it up. Codsworth was like, I don't think so. Not today. Yeah. 500 rounds. It's pretty good. You can go through that very quickly, though. So that was just a random raider. Ak Ak's body will be back here. Apparently I got her with one shot. Not too shabby.
How this place sets off my cleaning senses.
Yeah, and a headshot without VATS, I might add. Plunger. Uh-oh. I'm carrying too much. Good. This is excellent. Time to offload everything I don't want onto Codsworth. Now, I'm still not going to give him grenades. I'm pretty sure he can't throw them. But I'm not 100% sure that he can't throw them. So, I'm not going to give those to him. I know he can't drop mines, so that's fine. He can't use a minigun or any of these pistols or anything. So, I can just drop all this stuff in this chest. Not the red dress. Not the wedding ring. All of my aid that I've picked up, all of the junk that I've picked up, and he will pick up a certain amount until it says that he's full, but then comes the super boring and annoying part, where you have to just keep telling him to pick up stuff. He picks up like one thing at a time, so this is probably going to take a while, guys. Riveting. Riveting content. This is the excitement that you guys came for, I know. But I can't leave all this junk behind. That would be ludicrous.
I'm all ears.
Take anything good.
All right.
Right, so he's taken a certain amount of it.
Get that.
But we're just
My
going to
pleasure.
continue to tell him to
out.
inspect the cabinet.
Present day, Mum.
Bring that here.
Straight away, Mum.
Grab anything.
Yeah, it gets a
useful.
little awkward when it's like a body, because
anything
sometimes
good.
those arrows are pointing at very inappropriate places without you meaning to.
Grab that.
Grab that. Get that.
Nothing
Check
would
it out.
please
Check it out.
people.
Bring that here.
Bring that here.
Grab anything useful.
Grab anything useful.
Take anything good.
Present day, Mum.
Grab that.
Will do.
Get that.
Straight away, Mum.
Check it out.
Nothing would please me more.
Bring that here.
All right.
Grab
So
anything useful.
we're hoping
Take
that we come
anything good.
across
My
some
pleasure.
adhesive, because we have now a sniper rifle, which
that.
apparently is pretty good, because I did
Check it
not
out.
expect
Present day, Mum.
to
Bring
take
that
out
here.
Ak
My
with
pleasure.
a single shot.
Grab anything useful.
But it was a sneak
Take
attack, I
anything
suppose,
good.
so that does
Grab
do
that.
increased damage.
All right.
Get that.
But we still have a ways to
Check
go,
it out.
Just so,
and we're gonna need all
that here.
kinds of adhesive for
Grab
that.
anything useful.
Also, gears,
Take anything
screws, and
good.
oil.
Grab that.
Of
Oh,
course,
but
Mum.
there is
Get that.
the wicked shipping place that
Check
we
it out.
could go.
Righto.
Bring that here.
All right.
Grab anything
That's
useful.
got quite a good amount of loot in it.
Take anything good.
On it.
Grab that.
It's got some ghouls, but you
Get
know,
that. Check it
nothing
out.
terribly
Of course,
horrible.
Mum.
Bring that here. Grab
If you
anything
spam it
useful.
too
Present
quickly,
day, Mum.
Take anything good.
hey newbie, I wasn't secretly doing
Grab that.
anything.
Just so, Mum.
Get that.
My pleasure.
Check it out.
On it.
Bring that here.
Straight away, Mum.
Grab anything
So what was I
useful.
saying?
My
Oh,
pleasure.
ghouls aren't too bad.
Take anything good.
Something
Nothing
something.
would please me
Lost my train of thought.
Grab that.
Of course,
grab that.
Mum.
Get that.
Will do.
Check it out.
Present day, Mum.
Bring that here.
Righto.
Grab anything useful.
Just so, Mum.
Take anything good.
Anytime,
Grab
Codsworth.
that.
Anytime.
Pleasure.
Get that.
Present day, Mum.
Check it out.
Straight away, Mum.
Oh, good. You're almost done.
Bring that here.
Just so.
Oh, if you spam it too quickly, like if you just
Grab anything useful.
really try to get it done quickly, it can bug them out, and they will do the animation, and they'll do the speech of, oh yeah, I will definitely pick that up, but they won't actually collect anything. I've had that happen before, so you kind of just have to. I think is that a light bulb?
200 years
No, that's
ago,
just a part
I
of a
never
cup.
would have thought this level of trust.
So you will find these little things around the wasteland, little things that they've stuck. Usually teddy bears, like in some kind of tableau or dressed up in a certain way. This one is an army teddy bear with a cigar and an army helmet.
If there's a use to that, I'll eat my hat.
There's some very naughty teddy bears around too. Overdue book. That'll be good for later. Did I check these lockers? I don't think I did, but I have now. I think all of the enemies are cleared out. All the human enemies, I should say. So I'm not going to sneak anymore. I'm going to come around and do another sweep to make sure that I didn't miss anything. This is just a terminal. It's just going to give us a little lore. It doesn't unlock anything. It's not connected to anything that we need to open. So I'm not going to worry about it. Right, so over here in this part of the world, to do a quick, ooh, a fan. I nearly missed that fan. What would I have done without that fan? It would have been a disaster.
Oh my, the dust.
So over here, there are two things. One is that there's going to be a locket in this toolbox. That's for a quest that we're not going to do because it awards us a settlement, but we'll have it forever in our inventory until we finish it. Ooh, more bobby pins and duct tape. I like that. Alright, so let's crack this open. There's just going to be a few rad roaches in here. But the floor is covered with oil. There is a chance for a legendary. I have seen legendaries in here. But I think with normal difficulty, that chance is lower. Now I can shoot this oil and have it go up, but I'd rather have all of...
I trust everyone's still alive. What the...
That was legendary, by the way. This huge one. Poisoner's Machete. Oh, target is poisoned for 10 seconds. I'm not going melee, but that's not bad. Machete's pretty good melee weapon. Medium speed, decent damage. And if you were going melee, then you'd take the perks that you could improve it, increase its damage, that kind of thing. But I'm not going to, but I will take it. I'll take all the meat. And there's Akak. Still can't believe that I one-shot her. That's just crazy. She's usually a pretty tough because she has a minigun. So, like, if you come here pretty early on, she can be really difficult to take on and to deal with, but there should be one more. It's gonna crawl out from underneath that guy, I believe. Hey, Tahan! Now, see, that had the intel room key. So we already opened that up with the terminal, but that's where you would get the key if you couldn't open advanced terminals. And there's a whole bunch of stuff here that, like, isn't... It's unrusted, or it hasn't never been used. This was, I think, their stockpile for in case of emergency. It didn't really seem to turn out all that well for those that were here. But, you know, it is what it is. There's a couple things over here. It is a tiny bit irradiated, but it'll be fine because we'll just snap them and leave. This game does have a lot of bugs, and it does have a lot of problems, but I love playing this game. I love talking about this game.
That's it.
200 years ago, I never would have thought this level of dust.
Naughty teddies, yeah, a good reason to keep playing so you can see all of the naughty teddy bears around Dinkers. That's the main reason that anyone plays. Don't let them lie to you. It's all to find the naughty teddy bears around. Right, I think that's pretty much everything. I took everything in here, if I recall. I took everything in here. And oh, I'll take the extinguisher. And I think that should be the place. Now let's see. I mentioned last time that if you kill the big boss or if you kill a certain number of enemies, you'll get that little cleared underneath the name of the location. And that just means, it doesn't mean that there are no enemies left necessarily, but it means that you've either killed enough or you've killed the one that they consider the main enemy. And eventually that cleared on most places. I think it will stay for things that are settlements. Even if you don't take them as settlements. I'm not 100% sure about that one. But other, like these, like this one, Satellite Station Olivia, eventually that cleared will go away, and that's kind of a signal that it's been repopulated and you can come and get more loot and more enemies. That's true, Yara. It seems like you can't get away from bugs and glitches in games. But some are a little more glitchy than others. Some of them are game breaking. Like, you have to use, if it happens to you, you either have to go back and save. Hopefully you saved, you know, before the glitch happened, not too long ago. Or you have to use like console commands to make things happen, progress quests or things that get bugged out. Find your companions. There is a way now, if you have the Vault Dweller DLC. In fact, I will go back to Red Rocket. we have some things that we gotta dump off anyway. I gotta clear out Codsworth before we go and take on another place that has loot. So I'm gonna dump that stuff off. And then, but there is a thing that they have included in the Vault Dweller DLC that helps you locate your permanent companions. So I will get Codsworth to come over here.
up.
I will trade with him. Now that he's wearing a bowler hat, it's a little more complicated because I can't just take all unless I want to reapply his bowler hat. So I'll just take everything real quick, avoiding his bowler hat. Is that all he had? No, he had all kinds of stuff, and I think he had even more junk. But this keeps it so that you're not encumbered, so that you can still fast travel home. But still get all of your stuff. And not have to make multiple trips. But I think the community really asked for something to be able to locate permanent companions. Because they were having problems. From either leaving them, like telling them to stay and then forgetting where they put them. that was definitely a thing that happened. Or because the companions would just go missing. They would just end up missing and they had no idea where they had gone. So to be able to track them, they included something in that DLC. I think they probably should have made it available to everybody. But, you know, I think I just put a raider piece in here. Oh, I did. I put many raider pieces in here because I didn't want to scrap them. Well, we'll take care of that right now. Is that all of the stuff? Road leathers. Raider leathers. So that would be Under Armor. Road leathers and Raider leathers are Under Armor. I've talked about that before, where you can still wear pieces of armor over that. It doesn't take up all of the slots. Red roach meat. I could cook that up. I was talking, I think it was one of the first streams that I did. I love cooking up the meat for some reason, but then I always forget to use it. Kind of like potions in Skyrim. So we'll just scrap this stuff. It's just going to give us some steel, but I don't want it hanging around. And I don't think it's worth enough money to drag it around to a trader. I mean, if you really wanted to, like, make all of the money and really squeeze it, you really probably could, but... Okay, so I do have another magazine that I can put in my rack. So go over to miscellaneous. Can put Hot Radder in there. Co-Fun. And the Tattoo magazine. The Your Special book will not go into a magazine rack. Hey, Looney! Oh, thank you, Looney. Thank you for popping by and leaving me a like. That's very nice. I appreciate it. Hey, lady! No, I was not stealth streaming. Before you say anything. He's still sitting here. Poor dog meat. He's like, are we gonna go now? How about now? I'm sorry, boy. But we gotta go with Codsworth. Codsworth has a perk that I need. Well, I don't, but I want it, so. Okay, so we took out, we did the robotics disposal ground, we did satellite station Olivia, and now we could come down, I believe it's over in this neck of the woods. There is a shipping company that we can go see. Yes, if I've missed anyone, hello to everyone. Oh, hello! I don't know how to pronounce your name, but hello to Russia. Did dog meat turn into a bobblehead? I think he did, while we weren't looking. He's just sitting there bobbing his head. Alright, so we're gonna head down the waterways. See, there's Sanctuary right there. I think that's Trash Can Carla. Is that Trash Can Carla? It certainly is. Alright. She was the vendor that we met. And then got attacked by dogs, so I don't know if my flirting with her worked. Because we got interrupted before she could say anything about it. I'm gonna head over in this direction. Should be close to the water in this... Uh-oh. I don't like the look of that. Yeah, you're a rad scorpion, and I don't like that at all. I'm gonna... I might have to get out my shotgun. Rad scorpions are technically worse than mole rats, except that they don't come in as big of... They don't come as big as groups, so it's not quite so bad, but they are really tough, and they will mess you up really bad. They will poison you, they do a lot of damage. It's not nice. Okay, so that's the Abernathy farm. And there's some rad stags, we don't need to care about them. But we'll head off in this direction. Oh, that's... I think that has some bugs around it. I can't remember if we cleared that out or not. I think we did. Well, this stuff still has loot, so apparently we didn't do too much clearing out. We cleared out that area over there. There was a bunch of raiders there, and we went back and saw the unnamed trader. That was back over in this general area. It wasn't labeled, but I was also showing that not everything has a label. There's lots of stuff that you can do that doesn't have a label. I will bring out my sniper rifle and...
Forgive me, Mum. I feel a wave of...
Yuck. Yes. Oh, there's still something hanging around. What is it? What is it? Oh, it's that little fly. Excellent. That should be all of them. Alright, we'll pick up some meat. And I believe there is a magazine here. There's also a little cooking station down there. This is another one of those places where you can use a workbench, but it's not going to give you a settlement or anything. It's just something you can use in case you need to. I'm assuming it would come in really handy in survival. But here's the Wasteland Survival Guide. Permanently take 5% less damage from melee attacks. So that's actually really good. Runaways holotape. This one, sometimes I told you can find stories and stuff of people that you find, and when I say people I mean like skeletons, corpses, that kind of thing. So there's obviously probably a lady. I mean, this person is in a dress laying on a mattress with a lantern. And then there's the Runaways suitcase. There's a Runaways holotape, some bubble gum, and a laundered dress. We'll go ahead and listen to the holotape. Inventory, miscellaneous.
October 22nd, 2077. I finally told them tonight, and it was bad. Real bad. Dad was shouting, telling me I should be ashamed, that I had to get out of the house. Mom just cried, and somehow that hurt worse than anything else. She didn't say a word, not even when I packed my things. I can't go to John. He doesn't even know yet. Maybe he'll never know. If it weren't for the cabin, I wouldn't have a place to sleep. Just need some time to think. Last time I was here, I was just a little girl playing clubhouse in this old cabin. Now I'm really scared. Will anything ever be right again?
So that was, I'm going to assume, a girl who found out that she was pregnant. She hadn't told John yet, but when she told her parents, they basically threw her out. Like I said, some of the things that you find around are silly and fun and goofy, and some of them, you know. But can you imagine you're out in that cabin, you've run away, you have all of this emotional stuff going on, you're going to become a parent, and then, you know, you get bombs dropped on your head. I don't know. Is that better? Is it worse? It's just weird. You have a bobblehead of dog meat, Yara? Our daughter Piper has several bobbleheads type, like Funko Pop stuff, but she doesn't have dog meat. Okay, so there's a couple places over here. There's this shack, and I believe there's some bugs as well. But that's not really what I'm here for. I'm here for what's up over this hill. This is Wicked Shipping. Now, one thing that you can notice right underneath here, you can see there's something with a head and hands. Oh, Scrooge McDuck and Spider-Man too. Awesome. Uh-oh. Ow! Oh, seriously? Take a minute, look at the chat, and all hell breaks loose. So we were going to snipe that ghoul that was underneath the truck, but the bugs spoiled it. Everything kicked off and he came roaming out. You can kill him before he wakes up and crawls out from underneath the truck. So this is an old shipping company. This particular trailer does have some stuff in it, but it's also fairly irradiated. I'm not terribly worried about the radiation, so I'm just gonna go grab the stuff. Ooh, and Wonder Glue. I'm glad I did now. Yay, adhesive! That was a good decision on my part. A couple of rads for some adhesive. I will take it. We got a settler here. Gonna loot all of their stuff, and we've got a safe. Oops. I hear that the radios are still on. I know that on Twitch there have been a lot of takedowns just from game music, and I know that you can get like notices and stuff from YouTube about music that's on your videos. So I'm hoping that they will just ignore me. Really? I need more perception, man. My perception must be poop. Let's see what my perception actually is. 6, and it's boosted because I think I'm wearing glasses of some description. It shouldn't be too bad, but man, ugh. My accuracy in VATS is just the worst. Alright, this is Wicked Business. We're gonna go ahead and play it.
Blake, I want you to listen to me as a brother here. This whole deal with Eddie is wicked shiesty. I mean, what kind of business partner threatens to kill you if the deal doesn't go his way? We are in way over our heads, man. I can't see a way out of this. No way except shutting down, getting out of Dodge. Give me a chance to talk this out with you face to face. I just want both of us to get out of this.
It sounds like somebody pre-war had some kind of under the table deal going on, and it sounds like it was maybe dangerous. They're probably shipping things that they should not. Maybe doing a little smuggling. Go ahead and turn that off. Loot everything. There's a key over here. And another magazine. Critical hits with unarmed and melee attacks permanently do 5% more damage. Again, it's not particularly helpful for our build, but I'm not going to say no to it. And also, it will add to our magazine rack back at home. So one thing that we can do with this key right away is that we can come over here and unlock this trailer. If we go and look at the terminal, we will get more map places as well, because it will tell us different places that we can use this key to open up more trailers. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Cargo manifests. Map updated. You'll notice map updated. And that one didn't update. That could be for a number of reasons, but let's look on our map. What did that? So now we have some little outlines. We have the Corvega assembly plant, and we also have the mass fusion containment shed that have popped up. We also have a couple of other places that have outlines. That means we haven't been there yet, but we know where the general location is. So if we wanted to, we could set our own marker there and head in that direction, and we'd eventually be able to find that and discover it and fast travel to it. But we're not quite done with the enemies here. Now we could open this door, but what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get a little more XP before we do that. We can release this protectron by hacking this terminal. Have you ever played Kingdom Hearts, Yara? I've heard that there are like serious fans that just like absolutely adore it. It looks, I've seen a little bit about it. It looks kind of weird, kind of wild. Not necessarily bad, just very out there. Because it's like Disney mixed with, I don't even know how you would explain it. A sword-wielding kid who's got to save the world. But the sword's like a key, right? But you get to go on Disney rides and fight Disney villains and stuff. And you have Donald and Goofy to go with you. I have seen people play it, I just haven't played it myself. Okay, that has one likeness. That means one of those is proper. Okay, well, let's see. Could be pass, but it's not. Camp? No. This one was the one that had the one likeness.
I'm in.
What? Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and release this guy. Yeah, a mix between Disney and Final Fantasy. I haven't played Final Fantasy either, so. You can choose the personality mode. I believe fire brigadiers don't care if you carry weaponry. Some of them will care. They'll be angry at you, even if you don't shoot anything. Even if you are just there with your gun out, they can get angry. They think you're a bad guy. So I think I'm going to go ahead and set it to that. And then activate them.
Powering up. Protectron on.
If you leave
duty.
him as a construction bot, he'll get upset if you're not wearing a hard hat. There's a chemistry station here that you could use. Ooh, yes, duct tape, yay. I knew that coming over here would be a good idea. We've got one last...
Terrific! It's a fight day!
That should be that. Theoretically. There's quite a bit to loot over in this general direction. There's an armor workbench in case you need to scrap anything. I don't think there's a bed here, but like you could make this base camp for at least a little bit. Depending on how you want to roleplay or what you want to do. I mean, settlements definitely make it a little easier because you can set up what you want. You can set up food and water and beds and stuff like that, but I mean, if you were just trying to like role play a nomad or something, somebody who doesn't stick around in one place for very long, you might be able to find this place useful. Oh wait, did I miss one? I did. So we're gonna go upstairs. I usually try to make sure I get all of the aluminum. Yeah, I've seen a little bit about Final Fantasy as well, and some of it makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. I don't understand what's going on there. So it makes me feel like kind of distanced from the series, because it makes me feel like I wouldn't know what was going on if I tried to play one of the newer games. Oh, and I fell. Honestly. I heard something about Final Fantasy something. Are they making a new one, or are they like making a, what do you call it? My brain is refusing to supply me with the word. I think that's pretty much everything that we've got. Is that everything? I think it's nearly everything. See, he doesn't mind us. He's fine. We can go over to that shack now and clean up the few things that'll be there. There's a highly irradiated area right over here. It'll make you think. Especially early game, because you can collect a lot of rads, but I think we can do it without too much problem.
Nice.
And we start taking rads again as soon as we get through the little lockpick minigame. I don't think there's anybody here that's gonna mind. I think this is just, yeah, this is just free loot for the taking. There's nobody here. So you can just snab all this stuff up without having to fight for it. Like, there's a mattress. If you wanted to, I suppose you could, like, do a little nomad business here. There's no, I don't think there's any other workbenches or anything here at this particular shack, but In survival, it could help. However, that's not a very good bed, and that I think sleeping in like a dirty, nasty mattress has an increased risk of disease. And here's Abernathy's again. You can see that the water tower's right there, so that means the red rocket's just on the other side. And if we really wanted to, we could take some more of these potatoes. We're not gonna, but we could. Because they're back.
Damn mole rats have been at potatoes.
Yeah, I know that one of them is that it's like a boy band who has to save the world, right? Am I getting that right? And they were going on tour, but then like some ultimate evil was trying to stop them. I think the lockpicks are my arch enemy. Oh yeah, and Lainey's too. I know that she was having trouble with the lockpicking game. And I know that you were having trouble in 7 Days to Die as well. But you do get lucky quite often. You do get lucky with lockpicks. Put the frag grenades and mines in there. I'll probably scrap this stuff. I think I'm going to go ahead and move the armor bench inside because I think I normally do that and I didn't this time. And I keep looking over like in the spot I usually put it, like, okay, where's the armor bench? And it's not there.
Something, Mum?
Codsworth really likes it if you take mods off and on something. So if you find something that has a mod that's armor, I think it's a lot better to do armor because you don't usually have to build up the default. Like if it, let's see. Say this was, yeah, the standard. You don't have to actually spend materials to make a standard. So let's say that this was actually girded. If I found a piece of girded and I wanted to make it standard, I wouldn't need to spend any materials for that. But you know what? Now that I'm looking at this, I do have some adhesive. That doesn't take very much, so I'm going to go ahead. See? Codsworth loved that. Can I make it pocketed? I can. Pocketed increases your carry weight. Let's see. I think I will do the legs next. So now I've got 2 pieces of pocketed. Let's see if I can make this one pocketed. Yes. Okay, I think that's probably the last one that I'm going to get to be pocketed. So now I've got 3 pieces of pocketed. The arms are not, but I might be able to make them girded. I won't be able to make them pocketed, but this will improve my armor. Yes, that's very good. Moving in the right direction. I'm sorry, Yara. I thought they were a boy band. I thought they were a boy band. Okay. A prince and his soldiers and bodyguards, huh? I mean, sure. Sure, if you say so. I still think they're a boy band, secretly. If you want my, my opinion. Do we have enough materials to make my beloved arch? I don't think so, but we'll... Is it under this? Oh, we do! Holy crap. We have enough. I can't believe it. Yes! Alright, we're going to move that over a smidgen. And then we're going to put this right in line with the door. Okay, that's going to take 2 units of power. How much power do we have? We have 15. Yeah, we got plenty. So now this arch is wired into the grid. We're going to turn it on, and when I step through, it's going to get rid of all my reds. Did I pick up? Yeah, I picked up another... magazine. Grogneck. Was that all? No. Wasteland Survival Guide. Okay. I think I dropped everything off. You're not carrying
Look
anything,
alive.
are you? Codsworth? No, I didn't think so. I have... I think I have a full set back over in Sanctuary. Or near to a full set. Because I got it in Concord. This one was the one I got over by Olivia, I believe. Eventually, I'm probably going to need a set of power armor. Fallout hacking, I think it looks a lot harder than it really is. Hacking the terminals. If you use the little dud removal that I've showed a couple of times, that can really help. But it's basically, if it says that there's a certain number of matches, that means that the correct letter is in the correct position, that many. And if it says 0, then you know that there are 0 letters in the correct position. So you'll look through the other options that you have, and if there's a letter that is the same as that word that had 0 similarities to the password, then you wouldn't want to pick that one. So where are we heading to? I think we could probably go to Gorski's cabin. Gorski's cabin isn't very too far away. It does have quite a few ghouls, but it also has a magazine. I believe... I don't think it's really going to be anything that we're going to need desperately, but I'd like to go get it so I don't forget about it. It will be another named enemy, not terribly difficult. They don't have a machine gun this time, thankfully. But they're pretty nasty anyway, if you don't sneak up on them and surprise them. Gonna snap some beans while I'm right there. There's Concord. That's the chapel that's right next to the Museum of Freedom. And right down in this general direction, I think you can just see the roof. There's a cabin over here. You have to be a little bit careful because it is surrounded by a number of enemies. I think I might be able to get... I have a 0% chance of hitting him. Ah, but I've got a chance of hitting him. Let's see. Let's see if I can actually... Are you going to allow me to do it through the stairs? No. But I can do it that way, although that woke everybody up. Let's see. I'm just going to take... Oh, and I don't have AP for that.
Howdy-ho!
That's right, Codsworth. Get him with fire. Kill it with fire.
I'm supposed to be impressed!
Nice. Still in danger. There's still one over there. Danger means he should know where I am. But he's not...
You're here somewhere.
Oh, he must be losing. He must be losing me. He's not quite sure. I should be in caution soon. Is he the one inside? He could be the one inside. No. There he is. Alright. So let's come back out here. Make sure we loot everything. 1, 2. Wasn't there another one? Here I go, losing the corpses again, guys. Losing the corpses. Yeah, that's a very good strategy, Yara, using a notebook to write things down for puzzles and stuff. I do that, especially like on adventure games. Unless they have... sometimes they'll have a really good way of keeping track in game, but most of the time I'll want to write stuff down so that it makes sense to me. So I can keep track of it and how it relates to each other. A lot of times in adventure games, especially older ones, they don't have a really good way to keep track. I guess they kind of expected you to write things down back then. Now a lot of times, more of the modern ones, they'll give you like a smartphone or some other
I think this is a common sight these days. Huh? I'm sure
device
somebody
inside the
even
game
called
that
this
will help you keep track of all of your notes and make sure that you figure out what is the important stuff. But I know older ones and even some of the newer like retro games, they're like, well, just figure it out. It's a puzzle game. Alright, so we're gonna come up to a really rad heavy area in here. So I'm gonna probably take some Rad-X. Oh, and I have a level up. Let's see what we've got. Alright, so I've put 1 in Gun Nut. I've put 1 in Hacker, 1 in Locksmith, 1 in Scrapper, and 2 in Sneak. So I'm thinking... When's the next 12? Yeah, that's going to be a while. Under the requirements, it's grayed out. It says level 12 and agility 3, and I'm only level 8, so I won't be able to get the next rank in Sneak for a little bit, so that means that opens up possibilities of something else. The next level of Hacker will be at level 9. That's at 23, so that's going to be way, 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 way far down the line. Well, I could do Locksmith. That would get me up to Expert Locks. But I don't know, I kind of wanted to up my perception. My perception seems to be just garbage, and that's like I can't hit the broadside of a barn. But I think I'm going to go ahead and go with Locksmith anyway, because that'll help me crack open some pretty decent stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And while we're in here, we're going to go to our aid. And we're going to go to Rad-X, and we're going to drop one of those. That's going to help with our rad resist, because as soon as we start coming over here, we're going to start taking some rads. We're going to turn that off. And when we open this up, we've got ourselves Wayne Gorski. And we're going to completely miss. I knew I should have taken perception. Alright, he's the only guy in here, and we've kind of got to hurry up. Oh, but we do have the decontamination arch, so we should be fine. Wasteland Survival Guide. Diamond City is now permanently marked on your map. It feels like a bit of a waste for a magazine. I think they could have put something a lot more meaningful than a magazine. A lot of those bits and bobs, those pieces that I just picked up, will have nuclear material, I believe, when they get scrapped. But I kind of want to get out of here before I take too many rads. Again, here's another workbench that is completely usable and will not get you a settlement. Does that... Ah, good. I can't take that lantern. Some lanterns are takeable and some are not. So you just never really know. Okay, newbie, thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a good day. Hope it's not too bad adulting.
If I may, Mom, Something about this place looks a tad unsafe.
You think so, Codsworth? You think it might be just a little bit unsafe? I agree. I don't think that feral ghouls are very safe at all. Although we did take care of them. Without dying. So I think we'll be alright. I believe it's right up over this hill. I think. It's either right there or right there. Ah, I see the glow. It's right over there. There's a little camp. Unmarked. That you can pick up some goodies. I know, Yara. I love the bowler hat on Codsworth. I believe it's the Triggerman bowler and the bowler hat. Those are the only two that he can wear. I really wish that he could wear the chef's hat, though, because I think that would be amazing. There's probably a mod out there that allows you to apply different hats to Codsworth than what he is default allowed to wear. But I absolutely love his little bowler hat. I think it's cute. Alright, so where are we headed next, guys? Let's see. I've got... we can also stuff Codsworth full, so shouldn't be too bad. Alright. I think we may head over in this direction. I think there's something over there. So let's actually put down a little custom destination marker so that we can head in the right direction. Yeah, see, there's actually, like, if you look down in the middle bottom section, you can see something that looks like, well, I know that it's supposed to be like some waves and some cattails and other plants. So it's supposed to be like a swamp or a marshy area, so that's where we're going to head. We're going to head in that direction. So we're actually going to remove the marker. Thank you. Because we're just going to go ahead and make for that icon. And there's a radstag, but I don't see anything else dangerous. Hopefully, hopefully nothing dangerous will come sneaking up on me. In fact, let me get out my sniper rifle just in case. So there's, as I was saying about the wicked shipping key, oh, I think there is somebody dangerous in there. I think that is a raider. Did it hit? Sometimes the hitboxes are weird. Sometimes you can shoot through holes and sometimes you can't. Don't think that I hit him. How about you just come over here to this side where I can see you. Thank you. I think there might be one more hanging out in this underneath area. But I'm going to go ahead and pick these beans. You can handle this, Codsworth, if you really want to. No? Alright.
You're mine now.
What's all this then?
Ow! That was rude. They shot me. But Codsworth had my back. Good,
Well,
Codsworth.
hello there.
Another chem station. Yeah, raiders seem to have chem stations hanging around. I guess kind of lore-wise, they're drug-addicted anarchists who like inflicting pain in their chem-rattled haze. And you can even, if you sneak up, you can even talk about if they think that they hear you or something, they'll say, maybe I should lay off the jet. Makes me jittery. It's like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. And that was the chem station. I don't think I went upstairs, so I think I'm going to go up there. Did I go upstairs? I might have. Oh yeah, because I opened that wooden crate. There wasn't too much there. Let's see. Drumlin Diner's over there. Corvega's over there. But I was going to... Yeah, I just discovered Walden Pond, so we're going to head actually back over in this direction. Do they have a mod that will allow you to Equip different hats for Codsworth. There's a building there. Yeah, that's where we're going. I believe there are some Mirelurks around here. Hopefully, they won't be legendary ones, because that did not work out so well for us last time. This place is also booby-trapped. There is a underground bit to this area where some raiders are hanging out, and they have trapped this area to make it so that nobody comes in and steals their stuff. Alright, Codsworth, I want you to stay right there, because I do not want you to trip any of these traps. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick save, just in case. Now, if you see one of these monkeys... Oops. If you see one of these monkeys, they're kind of like an alarm system. If you get too close to them, they're going to activate. Their eyes will light up and they'll start banging their cymbals together. So I usually just go ahead and shoot their heads off. Now, I know that there's some makeshift bombs that have been placed around here. I can't remember exactly where they're at. Ah, there's one right there. And there's one. And there's one. And I think that's all? Question mark? Well, if I get blown up, I know that that wasn't all.
Nice.
I wish that we could make more stuff like this. I wish they gave us the option, like if we saw something out in the world that was really neat. Sometimes they give you the ability then to build it like in your settlement, but like things like this would be really cool to have like a little decoration house. There's a couple other things. There's some model ships and stuff that would be really neat to have. And you just can't build them. It's kind of sad. I'm not a fan of not being able to build those. I don't usually run mods, Yara. I usually run pretty vanilla. I know that mods can be really fun, and they can really add a lot of replayability to the game for people who have already got like basically what they would normally get out of it. It adds a lot of time that you can play the game. But mods can also really screw things up for your games. And it's already kind of a game that has a tendency to have bugs and glitches and things that can really kind of screw up on you. And I don't want to give it any other reason to do so. Now, right here, there's a combat knife that's holding up a note. This note says, "Note to Tweez." We're going to go ahead and read it. It says, "Tweez, if you're reading this, then you're an idiot. This is the last time I'm telling you. We're locking this door. Use the entrance in the sewer pipe. Next time you forget, I'm locking your ass out permanently. Signed, Walter." So this is a master lock. If I just got expert. I just got that perk from my last level up, so I cannot do this master lock right now. But they said something about a sewer entrance. Is there? There's... Uh-oh. Okay, well they're all green right now. I think I know what this is. This is a random event, so I'm gonna go over here and see if I can intervene.
Never see me again. I promise.
Don't come any closer, friend. This doesn't concern you.
Please, help! They're going to kill me!
Shut up!
I also have to go back and get Codsworth. Don't let me forget, guys, that I told Codsworth to to stay put. What's going on here? I'm not going to get involved. Try to negotiate. What's going on here? That's probably a good thing to
What's
ask.
going on here?
This thing's a synth. That's what. We've been traveling with it for weeks. But then today he finally let slip that he's an Institute errand boy. The whole fucking time.
Because I thought you were my friends.
I'd never be friends with a damn synth.
You already were friends with the synth. Now please, just let me go.
You think I'm stupid? You're just gonna run off and get your Institute buddies to come put us down. That ain't happening, pal.
I'm not with the Institute. I ran away. I just need to get to Bunker Hill. Then, I swear I will never bother you again. Please. You believe me, right? You can't let them do this.
Oh, goody. Here's some charisma, which I'm not wearing anything to help me with my charisma. I could quick save it. I could back out. I don't even have to pick any of these. I could just walk away and just, note myself out of this. But I'm going to say, he hasn't hurt you yet. They're probably not going to believe me, because this isn't a yellow. I believe this is an orange check, which is more difficult. So we're going to try. Cross your fingers.
You need to let him go. Think about it. If he meant to hurt you, wouldn't he have done it already?
Maybe he's just biding his time.
Yeah, my persuasion
I don't know,
attempt failed.
I don't care. But this thing is not walking away from here.
Well, I'm not going to say release him or else. That seems a little aggressive. I don't even know this guy. Technically, I don't even know who the Institute is. I don't think we've ever encountered anything about the Institute or synths so far in this playthrough. Synths are basically synthetic humans. They're robots that look so much like humans that you can't really tell the difference. Sorry, I just caught chat. Yes, Yara, I believe Venom does that all the time. He'll be like watching Lainey stream 7 Days to Die or somebody else streaming 7 Days to Die, and then he'll be playing it himself. And he'll be like, wait, was that a zombie? Or was that on the stream? What happened there? Anyway, we haven't run into the Institute yet. I don't want to get into the Institute too much, but apparently one of my options is, do you want to risk angering the Institute? We're going to go ahead and try that one, because I think just saying, well, just kill him, or release him or else, are not something that...
If he was with the Institute, don't you think killing him would just make them matter? Let him go. It's safer that way.
That's a risk.
Nope.
I'm willing to take.
Persuasion attempt failed.
One less synth in the world.
Okay, well... Let's see if I can back out and put my red dress on, like, super quick. Wait, guys, I just gotta change my clothes, and then you'll find me so much more persuasive, I swear. Let's see if I can retry that.
Let him go. Think about it. If he meant to hurt you...
Look at this dress, guys! Look at the dress! Nope, it failed
I
again.
don't know, and I don't care. But this thing is not walking away
Do I
from
have any
me.
chems? Hold on. I don't think I have any chems that would actually affect my charisma, but you never know. You just never know. Slows time? No, that's not going to help. That would add to my charisma. I could get drunk. Here's the plan, guys. Hear me out on this. I'm going to get drunk and wear a really low-cut dress and see if I can persuade them to not kill this guy. Sound like a good plan? Huh? Huh? That doesn't improve my charisma. Whiskey doesn't. Imagine that. Alright. Now, how do you feel about
You
me?
need to let him go. Think about it. If he meant to hurt you, wouldn't he have done it already?
Maybe he's just biding
Nope.
his time. I don't
Alright.
know, and I don't care. But this thing is not walking.
Well, I tried, guys. I tried. I feel like we're gonna get into a fight. So,
Come on. You don't need to be afraid of the Institute. You let him go, or I'll kill you both myself.
Oh! Nice!
All right. But if I ever see you again,
My drunken cleavage has threatened him into submission.
Oh, thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
just get the hell out of here.
That's amazing. Awesome. We'll go put our regular stuff back on. If I could even remember what that was now. That was great, guys. That was great. Yeah. He just wasn't that into me until I threatened him, and he's like, "Okay, all right. I give. Sure." Was that all of my... I don't remember if that was all of my gear. We'll say that it is. Oh yeah, I remember why I was coming this way. Because, ooh, did you have anything that I can take, by the way? You do have a little camp here. Do you have anything valuable? No. Well, alright. I believe there are bears in that direction. Also, by the way. Now, if I had put points into pickpocket, I might be tempted. I usually don't steal, but, that boozy, intimidation kind of made me feel a little reckless. Now I feel kind of like picking their pockets. Not gonna try it, but if I had points in it, I would be a lot more tempted. And I keep going back there, and I mean to come down here. So the note that we saw talked about a sewer entrance. Oh yeah, I gotta go get Codsworth. I left him so that he did not
Hey, over here!
trip all of the traps. I think with 2 in stealth, I no longer trigger floor-based traps. And I think that might go for my companions as well, but I'm not 100% sure, and I'd really like to not test it. Okay, so now we're in the sewers, which is not exactly the place that I'd like to be. But once we get up about here, I think.
Moments like this make me thankful I've no settings for nausea.
Your companions do tend to be what I think is a little loud when you're trying to sneak around. Right.
Double check his list and everything. That's why they call it. Hey. What the hell was that?
I do believe something is stalking us.
Well, I think it's less stalking us and more alerted to our presence because we shot a couple people in the face.
Such impressive fortifications. That's not bad news for us.
Ooh, a hunting rifle. Nice, nice, nice. Ow, Codsworth.
Miss Vivian? Of course.
You need to take all of this stuff. So we will, we're going to be running into, I think it's at least 3 more raiders in here. All of them are going to be named. But we're also going to see a non-legendary named weapon. It's just going to be laying around and we're going to be able to snatch it up. And Codsworth can't carry anymore. But that's fine, because now we're reduced our weight enough that we should be alright. So we aren't going to have to stuff him quite yet. Look at all this delicious, delicious loot. This is going to be fantastic. Now, these, if you brush up against them, they're basically like alarms. So you're going to want to get up close and then disarm them. You'll be less likely to alert any enemies of your presence. And the brackets are really... Okay, so there's one person. And I know that there's at least one or two more. I can see one red dot, so that's at least one, but I think there might be one more than that. Walter? I'm gonna go ahead and crit you, Walter, because I'm not taking any chances. I did not like the look of whatever that was you were holding. Glow-sighted light hunting rifle. Ooh. Now we're starting to... Oh, gift shop key. So that will open up the master lock, I believe, for us.
They sets off my cleaning senses.
I can't remember if there's one more in here or not. The brackets are pretty stable, so it doesn't look like it, but I could have sworn there was another one. Oh, gift shop key opens up this safe as well. I'll take it. I will definitely take it. Deathclaw hand. I believe you can make a melee weapon out of Deathclaw hands. Is that... We'll go ahead and close this for a moment. I believe it's right here. Yes. Well, I guess it technically is a legendary. It has a little star next to its name, but it doesn't come off of a legendary enemy. It's named. This is Big Jim. It's a wrench that does 20%. It has a 20% chance to cripple the target's leg. So if we were going to go for a melee build, I mean, we would have already gotten some really decent weaponry. We're not. So all of these are kind of useless to us. But you know what? I think my melee weapon slot is open. So why don't we just go ahead and take Big Jim anyway? And we got some economy wonder glue. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. I will say that once you really start getting into Fallout 4, you never really look at things that are like laying around, even if it's like garbage or in real life. Again, the same way you're like, oh, I could scrap that. Oh, I could make something out of that. Don't waste that. That's prime junk right there. I think that's everything in here. Don't think there's another trap. I think this is just going outside or going back into the gift shop. Yeah. Walden Pond gift shop. So this is the master lock door. This is the other side of that. So the two people that we ran into, I think they're still standing over there, they were really, really upset about synthetic humans. And I guess I can kind of touch on that. They were talking about the Institute. Again, I don't think we've run into anything that would actually inform us on that in the game. But we will experience that there is a lot of hatred for synthetic people, and part of that is because people believe that they've been sent to murder and replace humans. So I can see why people would be afraid, but it doesn't do any good to panic about synths. Like I said, they're indistinguishable. The versions that they have out now, they're indistinguishable from humans. So you end up running the risk of just hating people that are just real humans and not believing them when they tell you that they're not a synth. So, I mean, I don't know what you do in that situation. Do you trust nobody? Do you just make up your mind that you're just gonna go ahead and trust anyway? And I believe there's bugs here. I'm gonna do a little quick save. I believe. Yeah, stingwings. Stingwings are nasty. They're worse than blood bugs. We've run into blood bugs before, but blood bugs, especially like the hatchlings, they're like little baby nuisances compared to stingwings. Stingwings are bad. So we're gonna go the other way. We might be able to take him out. This weapon's been doing some good work. Uh-oh, detected. I don't like that. Yeah, there's one there, and I believe, yeah, there's another one inside. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try it. There's that one. We're gonna take a deep breath. I think I got it. Yeah. I woke up the other one, though. Can I get a shot off? Ooh, that did some good work. Go get it. Go get it, Codsworth. Don't let it get me. Don't let it get me. Where'd it go? Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh.
I dare say I'm slightly.
Yeah, I see you trying to pretend you're not out to get me. I know better. Where are you? Oh, no. Now I can't even VATS them. That's not good. Hello? Stingwing? This is a bad idea. This was a very bad idea. I can go collect mines maybe and get the meat off of this guy.
Well, he certainly doesn't need that anymore.
Tonight. Are they not considered traps? Yeah, it's probably yeah, it's 3 that's no longer triggers enemy mines. So that would be nice to have. So like the little tripwires and stuff, apparently I won't trigger, but the mines are still going to be a problem until I get rank 3 of sneak. Has the stinging decided to? Of course. I can't get a bead on it. There's no chance to hit. Is there anything good in here? Nothing. Uh-oh. Yep. Like I said, booby traps. You gotta be ever vigilant for booby traps. Because you do not want your boobies to be trapped. Alright. So let's see if I can locate the corpse this time. Locate the corpse this time. There it is. I see the wings. Good, good, good. A lot of times the insect wings will give them away. Like the bloatfly's wings are almost like they glow. They're iridescent. And so you can make them out in other terrain. Which way were we going? That's a good question. I don't really want to go to the Corvega assembly plant quite yet. I think that's something that we will need to do like pretty early on in a stream, because it's a huge building, has many enemies in it. But we could probably go over in that direction. Probably start making our way over there and see what happens. Now this little trailer symbol that's down there, I believe that's the ranger station, and if it is, I believe there are bears there, and I do not want to run into bears. Because bears are pretty dangerous enemies right now. Eventually, we'll probably be able to take them out without too much issue, as long as they don't get the upper hand, like they don't sneak up on us. If we sneak up on them, we should be doing good. Yeah, that's the ranger station, and I believe there's a bear that likes to sit up there, and there's definitely like 1 or 2 bears that sit up there. So we're just gonna skirt around the outside of all of that business. We're not gonna get involved just yet. I believe there is a cooking station in the ranger station. Again, something to note in case, you know, you're playing survival and you need food. I believe this is Grey Garden down here. Grey Garden is a possible settlement. It is run by robots. They're kind of fun. They each have their own personalities. They have a quest for you. It's another one of those, if you do this quest for us, we'll give you our settlement deals. So I won't be doing their quest right now, unfortunately, because I actually really like the robots in Grey Garden. I think they're fun. They kind of remind me of Codsworth in a way. They're all Mr. Handies, but I just love that they all have their own personalities and stuff. It's not a bad settlement to take, really. Because I believe you can build all the way up into the highway up there. It's not a huge settlement, but it has a lot of verticality opportunities. And I think it comes like quite a ways down this way as well, down this slope. I know that there's quite a few enemies down in this direction. I know that I'll be coming back through here another time, doing another quest for somebody else. We got close enough to discover that, which gave us a little bit of XP, but we're just going to circle around because we don't want to accidentally catch somebody's attention and have them try to talk to us. That right there is part of the Corvega factory. And why can it still say that I am trying to pickpocket Supervisor Green? That was weird. I believe that smokestack is part of it as well. Corvega is huge. It's a car manufacturing plant from before the war. And it is ginormous. Not only does it have all of that stuff going on up top, and you can crawl up those catwalks and stuff, there's plenty to find enemies and loot and stuff, but then there's the whole inside as well. And there is a named enemy.
Well, isn't this all very exciting?
And I believe it's one of those places that if you kill the named enemy, then it'll say it's cleared, even if there still are other enemies around. I think Corvega a lot of times... is like a destination place, like if you get a settlement quest or something like that, a lot of times they'll have you come here. They'll be like, oh, we're having so many problems with, you know, such and such over here in this particular location. Could you please go sort that out for us? So a lot of times if you just go ahead and do quests for people without worrying about taking settlements or whatever, a lot of times you'll be directed here anyway. There are some red roaches here. And up there is a Nuka-Cola Quanta. And there's probably going to be some more rad roaches that are going to pop out once they figure out that we're here.
Well, he certainly doesn't need that anymore. Come out and fight me. Apparently decided we wouldn't want trouble. Yeah.
Ah, Codsworth has got it. Oh, there's one more. Don't come up here yet, Codsworth. Your job is not done. Oh, it was up here. Alright, never mind. Yeah, he took care of all of those. Sure. Okay. So, there's this little spot. I think there's a couple of ways to get those bottles down. You can either shoot them down, or I think you can try and jump up and loot them down like that. I'm not terribly worried about it. But there's a whole extra layer to this Corvega plant, because there's this whole, I believe it's Lexington. There's a Lexington parking lot, and then there's the little town, and it's got a lot going on. There's a lot of enemies here. You can already begin to see that it's the Corvega plant is actually pretty well protected. They've already got a turret, and they've got spotlights out to alert them to trespassers, and I think we might have, you have to be careful, because even some of the people that are way up here on these catwalks can actually perceive you. So you have to be a little bit careful.
I need to move through this first. Just give me a couple minutes. I'll touch base with you.
So we got all of the immediate threats right out there in the front taken care of. I caught the notice of somebody that's up in this general direction. And there's also quite a few people, yeah, see they're coming this way. Where did he go? He's coming over that way. No, thank you. Running kind of low on ammo for this, which is unfortunate. But we've got quite a bit of this, so hopefully, yeah, Lexington. Yeah, see, there's a person right up there that's upset because of the gunfire. Turrets usually you can loot for ammo and a few parts. But those spotlights never have... What? Oh, somebody's shooting at us. Ooh. They're probably shooting at Codsworth. Codsworth isn't very stealthy. In fact, most of your companions aren't very stealthy, so you could be incredibly stealthy. I'm still hidden. But they might see Codsworth and start shooting at him. I know there should be more people over in this vicinity. I know a couple of them came running. What are you doing, Codsworth? Oh no!
Oh no, I'm not done with you. Not even in the slightest.
There's somebody up there. I might be able to get him with my sniper. Oh! Yeah, that's a scum. It's taking more to get him down. There's still somebody mad up there. Probably up there. I think they're up in... Yeah. You could just barely see them get out of the way when I looked up there. Oh, there's somebody up there.
You call this a fight?
Disappearing at.
Well, it didn't really disappear. You just can't see me right now.
Well.
You do have to be careful
Plenty more weather.
right in here, because if you're shooting a lot, you can cause vehicles to explode. There's also 2 trucks up in the back that have some enemies in them. You have to be real careful about shooting or having a shootout next to them because they will explode.
Nodding work, but wouldn't want to leave the good stuff.
I think I've already started stashing stuff on Codsworth. Yeah, I have. All right. Well, let's see how overweight I am. Ooh, quite a bit, like 20. That's not good. These Molotovs are pretty heavy, but I have like 4 shotguns on me. I will tell.
Hey,
Something you need,
take anything good.
I'll tell Codsworth to go ahead and pick
Grab
these up.
that.
And then I think after we
Get
pick
that.
these up, we're actually going to head home after we pick up the ones
Check
that
it
are the loot from the ones that are already dead. We'll come back
Bring that here.
another time because I think
Grab
once we
anything
get back
useful.
home and drop things off, I
Take anything
think
good.
that might be the end of the stream. Oh, and I picked something up. And another thing. Good gravy.
Grab that.
Just so, Mum.
Get that.
Will do.
I still think it's really weird that nobody minds that there's all these piles and piles of naked bodies just laying around the Commonwealth. Nobody finds that weird. They're scared of synths, but they're not scared of the piles of naked bodies that are being left around.
Hey,
Miss Vivian.
check it out.
Righto.
Bring that here.
Straight away, Mum.
Okay.
Grab anything useful.
Of course, Mum.
Take anything good.
Presently, Mum.
Alright, we got that. And I think we already looted these guys, so I think we're gonna head home and drop off what we got. And then we'll come back here next time and we're gonna clean up this one horse town. Well, no horse town. There's no horses in it. Hopefully we're far enough away from any bad guys that we can fast travel. And we are. Good, good, good. We'll take a little trip. Oh, he's in his little doghouse. We'll take a little trip through our decontamination arch to get rid of our rads. We'll come in here and we want to call Codsworth, so we'll stealth and get our weapon out because that usually has them come running. And then
Look
we
alive.
can trade with him, get all the stuff that we don't need him to have. Leaving his bowler hat, of course. We did manage to find like a decent amount of adhesive. I mean, not anything extraordinary, but pretty good. I wasn't going to be overly optimistic. You know, should we take any Molotovs? I think we'll take... We'll take 5. Because we may need something. We may get into kind of an oh crap situation. We might need something. Did I just put... Yeah, I got a bunch of pipe pistols. I could scrap them. I might come back and do that before I stream again, because scrapping is not terribly fun. I mean, putting things away is not terribly fun. But when you have a whole bunch, actually, you know what? I could probably take them out and scrap them on the floor. That would eliminate the need for scrapping them individually at the bench. So I might do that. I don't think it, I don't think you get any more or less materials however you scrap it, whether you scrap it on the bench or whether you scrap it on the floor. I don't think it makes a difference, but if you have a big stack of something, it can come in really handy to just be able to drop that whole stack on the floor. Just drop all of them, because it might split up a little bit, but it'll be far less than that entire stack. And then you can just scrap those few things that you have out. It's much better than having to scrap individually on the bench, where you're just kind of sitting there. It feels like forever. Scrap, 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 scrap. I think Venom had something like 90 some of an item, and he's like, yeah, I'm not scrapping that. I'm not scrapping that at the bench. Not happening. Even like 20 or 30 can be like, okay, you know what? I don't want to sit here and scrap all of these. So I'm just going to throw it on the floor. Scrap it all at once. Sounds like a good idea. Alright. I think we have everything back. We have everything dropped off. We've got Dog Meat looking pretty suave with his little camo bandana and his goggles. We've got Codsworth looking dapper in his bowler hat. We have actually been around to quite a few places. Look at all the places that we've been, guys. We've even gone outside of the newbie square. No relation to the newbie that shows up on the streams. But there's still more places to visit. We need to finish the Corvega assembly plant. We also need to take care of a whole bunch of stuff that's in Lexington. So we've got a lot to do. And there's so much more. There's so many more places to go. But this is next on our agenda for next stream, should be the Corvega plant and Lexington. I think that's a good place. I think that's a good place to call it. I didn't have lunch before I started my stream, and I'm beginning to feel it. I'm beginning to feel the lack of lunch. So thank you guys so much for coming by and listening to me ramble on about Fallout 4. I had a really great time, and I hope you did too. And we'll see you next time, guys.